Hi, ladies and gents. Welcome to FC.Liverpool. And it's all about the Reds. Everything is about the Reds. And we're not talking about the likes of Chelsea or Man United or City or anybody else. This is our club, and we talk about them. And I have great guests. Bringing on Tommy Batty and George Scott in a couple of moments. And we have a latecomer. We have a latecomer coming on, and that's Marios. And unfortunately, Ian Gold was supposed to come on, and but he's working. He's got to do a job, because Ian he works as a carer. Have you seen the heads on me? Great, isn't it? Anyway, Shane McGowan, even with a pint. Even with a point. And greet and also Stephen Snape. Now listen, if you're tuning in, please like, even if you've liked before, just like it, gets the algorithm out there. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It costs nothing. And as I said, this is all about LFC with my guests. And I'm going to bring them on now. And here's Tommy Batty, should be. Yes.
All right, Frank.
All right, so.
All right, mate.
And there's another fella. I wonder who this fella is. He's sneaking on.
Hey, Tommy.
All right, George.
Hi, Tommy. Hi, Frank.
Hi, George.
The glasses fell out of my glasses.
You're not going to believe it. I was looking everywhere. I put
my glass nearly fell out of my head.
I have to bring on a substitute. I have to bring on a substitute. They are.
But I never had a substitute because when Francine was on a couple of weeks ago, she said, Dad, you'll have to lend me your glasses. And I never brought down my glasses. So I said, okay. So I give her a pair of glasses. She was on with me and bang. She brings them home and she hasn't brought them down yet. So these are the only pairs. Should have seen me looking at them. Yeah. I lose the echo on the chair that I sit on. I said, where's the echo? I lose everything.
Yeah, I need my glasses, Tommy.
Okay, but anyway, how are you feeling now, George, and your wife?
Feeling good now. My wife's a lot better now. Yeah, she stopped coughing. And she's virtually back to normal again. So we're doing good now. Thank you.
Yeah. That's good. No, that's good, because we always worry. We always worry about our guests or if the wives or offspring are ill, we do send our regards and everything else. Don't we, Tommy?
You certainly do.
Well, after the last few years, it's great to be anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you what, George, bring your boots back out. You might get a game this season.
Might get a game, yeah, I know.
Yeah, you look that good.
Tommy, your mic is, as you speak, it's crackling.
No, that's just Nico's a stutter, Frank.
No.
How's that?
Well,
how's that? Is that okay?
No, it's still the same, John.
All right, yeah, okay, Bill. The mic's crackling. Like, there's not much I can do about that.
No.
Hang on, let's try there. Like that. How's that?
Well, not really. I think Jason will come on and send me a message to to how to fix it, so it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Tommy, the ladies will love it.
I like that, George.
Husky voice.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, listen, lads. The title is Who's Next? Now we could go both ways on here. We could go who's going through the door and who's coming through the door. Going out the door and coming through the door. Because I'll give you my analogy of what we've done. My analogy is this, and this is before I read Jason's message, because it'll be about the mic, Tommy's mic. My analogy of this, you've got a room, it needs painting. You paint one wall, which is great, then you paint another wall. But 2 walls are left for the fully decoration. And my opinion is, there's only 2 walls that have been painted by LFC with our 2 new players.
Who's this pair of shorts they're talking about?
Sorry?
Who's this pair of shorts they're talking about? Young lad from Torino. Supposed to be a very good centre back.
Yeah, but the thing is, how many other players have we been talking about? We were going after that corner. Lavia, we was going after Turan, we're going after everybody. Then all of a sudden it came out, didn't it, last week, that Liverpool have to sell or get rid of, one of the midfielders for another midfielder to come in. And that's the problem.
We've not got too many spare midfielders to get rid of, have we?
No, we haven't.
Well, if you look at Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott have done well in the under-21s. We've brought in McAllister, we've brought in Sobo. We've still got Thiago, we've still got Henderson, we've still got Fabinho. We've got a richer midfield now than we had last year, without a doubt, in my view. I think we need to build up at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but this is Tommy. Jason's just said, turn off and come back on. That should fix it.
What, the whole lot?
Yeah, and then come back on.
You want me to go?
Not really, but yeah.
All right, then. I'll try it again then.
Go ahead.
He goes. He'll be back.
You want me to go then?
Yeah, I was saying, Frank, I think we need to sort of get somebody in at the back.
Yeah, definitely. A left side at centre back.
Yeah, I think so.
And that'll solidify them. But I think we need another midfielder. I really do. Our forward line, no problem.
Yeah.
No problem with the forward line. And when you think what we've done from, shall we say, last season to this, we brought in the likes of Diaz, Gapco, Nunes, and Dominic Szoboszlai, and McAllister. So that's great.
Yeah.
But don't forget that a few players left. 3 midfielders left. 3.
Yeah.
We haven't replaced that. You should replace, those 3 midfielders with 3 midfielders. And that's my concern. It's not really a concern as much, but I'd like a new midfielder to be there. And as you said, a centre-back, a left-sided, especially.
Yeah, and don't forget, we've got Trent in the midfield as well, Frank,
Yeah.
You've got Trent, you've got Thiago, you've got McAllister, you've got Szoboszlai, you've got Fabinho, you've got Henderson. 1 or 2 of them will have to go if you're going to bring somebody in.
No, I fully understand that. I really do. But you're looking at Thiago. How many games do you get out of him a season?
Yeah, this is a new season now, so we've got to see how he goes this year.
Well, you look at Henderson, who's now don't forget he's 32. Thiago.
He could be heading across to Saudi Arabia with Carlyle.
Okay, and he's 33 now. He's lost his legs.
Yeah, and I notice he's on a fitness kick, showing his abs off. He's in the gym doing all this stuff, but you can't beat Father Time.
No, you can't.
You can't beat. I agree with that, but you still need a bit of experience in the middle.
Yeah, I agree, Tommy. I was saying before, we've got quite a lot of people in there now at the moment. We need to, I don't know where you're going to fit somebody else in if you've got Trent and Fabinho and McAllister and the other guys. And Curtis Jones has been playing really well for England under 21s.
Well, the good thing about it, George, we'll have a good bench. We'll have a good bench.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll have a good bench, but it could be a better bench. We've got
he hasn't finished yet, like.
We have to spend, and that's
he hasn't finished yet.
No, I hope not. I'll tell you who'd fit perfectly in Casino.
Well, we were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah, I agree with that. He would be great. Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. Why can't we buy him? This is the problem we've got. We have to rely on, rumours. Why don't we just go and get that lad? He's going nowhere yet. Unless they're having secret negotiations.
Yeah, there's still time, isn't there?
Yeah. Anyway, Stephen Snape says, I believe you've not been well, Frank. No, I haven't. So I've been struggling even doing these podcasts. I've been in terrible pain. I know it doesn't show but I'm great now. I'm on antibiotics and I feel great. I feel absolutely great now, nearly 100%.
Good,
and
Frank.
there's
good.
Stephen Snape. Evening, Tommy and George. Isn't that lovely?
Good evening, David.
Isn't that lovely?
Nice to hear from you.
Evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Charlie.
Isn't it? Because, these lads...
I've been called worse.
So don't worry about that. I've got to say again, if there's anyone out there, just please press like. That's all I want you to do. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to get our algorithm out there, because this is all Liverpool. Liverpool have got great guests. So, if you know what I mean. I've got wonderful guests. We talk football, we talk sense. We really do. So please, press the like and whatever.
But I like what George was saying before about Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott. They've been outstanding.
Yeah.
In this European competition. Outstanding.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he got 3 man of the match, didn't he, Curtis?
Yeah, well, this is another one, isn't it? He did, and some reckon, and I'm not talking about Liverpool supporters, by the way, some reckon that he was the player of the tournament.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Frank. You got fantastic reports in the press, and I saw 1 or 2 of the games. He looked brilliant.
So did I.
Unless he's putting himself in the shop window.
Yeah.
I hope not.
No, I don't think so, because I think, do you know what I think I put it down to? Remember, for the last couple of seasons, he's been in and out.
Yeah.
And I don't mean in and out nearly every other game. He's been left out for loads of games. Then he gets brought on as a sub, or he plays 1 game. But last season, with the injuries and with people out of form in midfield, he came in and that gave him a run.
Yeah, the last 10 games he was outstanding.
No, that's absolutely. He was outstanding, and this is what gave, in my opinion, only it gave him the confidence.
And I think McAllister will help him.
Oh yes, and so will Szoboszlai.
I'm trying to avoid saying his name because I can't say.
So why? I was rehearsing it. I was Szoboszlai. I was rehearsing it, but it still goes away.
Call him Dominic.
Yeah, just
Dominic.
It's like Brian Fennell, the lad from Seattle.
Yeah,
he couldn't pronounce Betetich, and he just called him Badger. He said Badger, so we had to know who Badger was when he talked. And there's another little midfielder as well.
Yeah, exactly. I forgot about him. Yeah, absolutely, Frank.
But I'm glad what you said there, George. McAllister will, teach him, and that's you mean Curtis Jones, but also he'll teach the likes of Betetich. These will all get games, and young Harvey Elliott, they'll all get games somewhere along the line. But as Tommy said, we're in better form. We're in better
But
form.
the way I look at it, Frank, is this: you've got to get a constant midfield, not chopping and changing it. We need to get our 3 midfielders or 4 midfielders and keep them in, bar an injury.
Keep them in, keep them fit. Yeah.
Keep them fit. Now, this Steve Evans, and what he says we need a right back and a centre half, and that's what he says. And he carries on by saying Casido was 100 million. FSG won't spend him.
Well, I'm sorry, 100 million for them.
That's a lot of money.
Pay for them. No, I wouldn't pay for it.
I wouldn't pay that for him.
I understand that. But he's a good player.
Yeah.
Great player.
Yeah.
Now, I know that we've lost interest in Turan. I know that we've lost interest in Coney. And I know that we've lost interest in Vega from Celta Vigo. We've lost interest in. So, they could be looking at somebody else. I don't know.
Well, let's pay share from Torino. He's got tremendous write-ups. And he's only a young lad. And there's a big, strong whisper that he could be coming and play alongside Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Well, that's the Evans says. Batatic in the mix. Fab also, because he come good, didn't he? And this was my opinion on him. And me and Tommy used to speak about this during half times. He was exposed all the time by the bad, midfield. He was exposed, and he was trying to keep the midfield going. He's trying to bolster the defence, protect the defence.
Yeah. We had no consistency.
Because he was all over the place. But now he's got protection. Here's a good one here. Here's a good one. Now, all right, lads, good to see you all. Missed last Thursday. If we don't get it right back, we are in big trouble. If it wasn't bad enough when Trent was there, it will be worse when he isn't. No joke.
I can't see big trouble.
I can't see a big trouble at all. No. We'll definitely benefit if we brought somebody in the back, without a doubt. But I can't see big trouble.
No.
Well, Charlie Wood. Can anyone read that?
Thiago is injured again. I've not read that. How could he be injured?
That's what I mean. It'd be better to go, because we can't rely again. Look, we kept Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain. How many games did they play?
No,
you're right. Together. How many?
But the thing is, who's going to buy it? Who's going to buy it if he goes in?
Well, the Saudis want him. I just want to say again to all the people, please press the like. If you haven't subscribed, please, it costs nothing just to subscribe, and just and you can see all the comments. George and Tommy will talk about your comments. We don't charge for comments, just comment.
The way I look at it, if I was Thiago, right, I wouldn't even think about going to Saudi. I'd be on the next plane.
Yeah.
And however much we get for them, we'll go for a half decent right back or centre back.
I just can't believe he's injured again. That's crazy.
But the thing is, George, you know as well as I do, he's not going to play half a season for us.
No.
It's just not good.
That's what I mentioned before about.
He's a great player.
About bringing someone. We can't afford. I don't care who we've got now. We can't afford more injuries, because we suffered badly last season.
That was the main reason why we struggled, injuries.
Right.
Yeah, but we can't afford to be struggling again, and we've got one there. I'm not criticising Henderson. I'm really not. But he refused to go to Saudi to Steven Gerrard. Now he's 33. He can't last a full game.
Yeah.
He just can't last a full game.
Well, obviously, Klopp showed him he's got a position in outfield.
Yeah,
That's why he's not going to Saudi.
Yeah, you need a combination of skill and fitness. You've got the skill of McAllister and the other new lad, and you've got the fitness of Jones and Bochetnik and Elliott and them guys as well. And Fabinho in the middle with a bit of experience. So we don't need Henderson unless to come on for a half an hour or at the end of a game or intermittently.
Well, here's a question for you, lads. And it's from Brian Hetman.
Yeah.
Do you think if Carlyle had stayed, we would have seen a cracker this year?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Sorry to see him leave, actually, because I think he's got
I
a
was.
lot of talent.
I was.
But do you think that Szoboszlai was the bait? If you know what I mean. You know, sends him over to Leipzig. Now, don't forget, he's only gone on loan. Klopp wouldn't sell him.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's not about Jurgen Klopp wouldn't sell him. He wouldn't play him either.
No. True.
Yeah. I don't understand that, really, because he was
I don't.
so much talent. He needed, like Curtis Jones, he needed game time.
Yeah.
I think he would have blossomed.
I just want to go through these. Just let me go through and discuss them. Because this is what they're doing, you know, they're bringing it in. Like, just let me we'll discuss these afterwards. Steve Evans says, Thiago got injured reading the press reports about... he fell over opening a tube of parties.
He's like Jack Weston. Remember Jack Weston, George?
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah. Jack Witham, yeah.
Shagley said he got out of bed and then did his foot.
Yeah.
He used to send him over to the far corner, out the way.
I tell you who that was, Tom.
It was Jack.
That was Alvaro Smith.
Alfie got injured.
Yeah, Alfie was the same, but Jack Weston was another one.
Oh, yeah. But when I always remember it, was only a kid, you know, standing there, and substitutes had just come in then. Substitute, first time, and you could only have one sub, and he had the number 12 on his back. Never forget it. And anyway, they were all kicking about the ball. You know the way you kick a ball before you know, the game starts, and he's kicking it, you know, to the cop, and the ball, some ball came over, and he went to volley or whatever it was, but he kicked the floor, and Bob Paisley carried him off. He was in.
He didn't kick the ball, yeah.
It's fabulous, isn't it? These guys. Soulboy France says Jones and Elliott have been good for England. Now, I want you to talk about this. But do they get in our best 11? Thiago is still on rehab from last season. And he is, by the way. So, George.
I don't think they would get in our best 11 to start the season. Jones might, I think. But if you've got McAllister and Dominic, and you've got Gakpo there, and you've got Fabinho there as well, I think they would probably start, you know, on the bench. Really, I don't think they'd be in the first team. And Trent there as well in the midfield. So I think they'd probably have Trent, McAllister, Dominic, and Gakpo, and Fabinho probably.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. But you know what a lot of fans are saying? That the first game, Henderson will play the first game. That's what he said. That's what they're saying.
And that's Chelsea, isn't it? Chelsea.
Yeah. You know, so...
I think them two will get more game time this season than what they got last season.
Yeah.
Richard Hutchinson says, Dominic Szoboszlai. Did I say that right there?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we'll go with that. Don't go back.
Alex McAllister and the current LFC players have a new start next season to prove themselves to the fans and Klopp win.
That's 100% right. They've got to prove themselves.
Isn't it?
All very well talking about them up, but they've got to get on the pitch and got to perform.
Oh, yeah.
And do the job, yeah. Totally agree.
Absolutely. It's just one of
But
them.
you know what I think, Frank? You know what I think? And it's just my opinion, by the way. Jurgen Klopp, see these young players he's signing. Now, how long's he with us for now? So 26, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's building for the future. Not next season. He's building for the future. That when he leaves us, we'll have a team competing with the best. All young players.
Well, he'll want that. Definitely, he will want that.
Yeah.
He's got a stake in the club, hasn't he, in the future?
Yeah, he has. Well, Stephen Snape says Thiago won't play a dozen games over the course of a season.
Well, if previous seasons are anything to go by, that's true.
Right.
Yeah. And Steve Evans. Midfield. Mac, Dom, Fab. Trent with the backup from the young English lads, Curtis, Harvey, Tyler, because he thinks Tyler, more, he's brilliant. Tyler Moore.
What about passing check, like?
Yeah, but doesn't he say there? No, he doesn't say. I thought. And anyway, the boy wonder, Batacic.
Yeah.
And he's got. Hopefully, he's fit again now.
Yes, I seen him. Like when you seen him first come back to training, last week.
Yeah.
He was there, and you could see they were happy. You could see and greeting everyone.
He excites me, that lad. He excites me, that lad.
Yeah, he's got talent, doesn't he? He's got talent and flair, and he's young.
Yeah, boys, here's Rob. Steve Evans. Pity we haven't got a Ray Kennedy and a Terry Mack at the club. Terry Mack.
Yeah. Wonderful players they were.
Yeah, no, those two, like, do you know when we talk about midfielders? It springs to mind, when we talk about great midfielders. You talk about Steven Gerrard, right? You talk about Graham Souness. You talk about everyone, all these great midfielders you talk about, but these hardly get mentioned. Ray Kennedy.
What about Peter Cormack?
Peter Cormack was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Box to box, what a player.
Yeah, Shanks loved him. Shanks loved him, Peter Cormack.
Yeah, he did. He did love him. And so does we. I always remember this fella. Me and my mate James Allen, we was in the, what the main stand is?
Yeah.
And we were saying, what's this fella doing here? And he just looked at us. Now, the fella, the old fella, was my age then. Anyway, he said, just look at him. Just follow him. And we followed him. And he was brilliant. And that's how, because he used to give, he seen the vision, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Vision. Absolutely brilliant. So, Peter Cormack could go along with that. And Richard Hutchinson, top 4 isn't a trophy. And also, I was frustrated last season. LFC need to challenge City head on next season and win trophies. Stubborn Klopp needs to rotate, change formation and system for next season.
Well, I mean, we have been challenging Man City head to head. Even with
I don't actually think we can compete with City right this minute.
The last 3 seasons we've been, apart from last season, to be fair, a lot of injuries and everything. City are a wonderful team, but we have been head to head with them. We have beaten them more than any other team in the league. And he's right, what Rich is saying, we need next year to be up there from day one, right up there with them, challenging them. And I think with these new players coming in, as Frank said, we get maybe somebody else coming in the back 4 to supplement the midfield, get off to a good start. Klopp, I
Yeah,
trust
yeah.
Klopp implicitly. I think
Oh.
Klopp knows what he's doing.
Totally agree with you, George.
I'm going to bring in some stranger. He's just hanging about. I don't know who he is. You know, you might know
He's not
him.
drunk, is he? He's not drunk, is he?
He's a worker.
No.
He works.
Oh, yes,
He's a worker.
He works
Hello,
for a living.
lads.
no, that's the way.
He's not do nothing.
How are you?
All right, Marius.
Did you get me message, Marius?
Yeah. I just read it. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's still come on anyway.
I remember those days, Marius. Work.
Absolutely.
Long time ago.
No, it is okay. So someone asked Stevens. No, it wasn't Stevens. You know, would these play or Soulboy Fran? Would these lads and he you know, the likes of Curtis, the likes of Harvey Elliott, you know, even to Tyler Barton, he spelt them out, and Batatic, would they be in the first, you know, three of the midfield? Now, there's one there, Charlie Wood, because he says under 21s is a different game. What do you think, Marius?
Yeah, I do believe it. Of course, it's different. It's another level, of course, for sure. We've seen many young players not making it to the top level, even if they were one of the best players in that level of under 21s. I will be again. I will repeat something I always say, that the young players need quality older players to alongside them to help them bring them in the team. But yeah, there are some players like Bajcetic that have shown really great mindset. They're looking over their age. They're looking older in their mind. So yeah, they have an advantage, of course. But they will still need some help from the older ones. Yes.
Well, that's a very good point what you made. And George hit the nail on the head before you come on, because he said there's the likes of McAllister, you know, who'll be teaching them.
Yeah, exactly. Teaching them. Yes.
World Cup winner. Man of
How
the
old is
tournament.
McAllister?
What? What's that?
How old is McAllister?
23, I think. 24.
24.
Yeah,
He's
it's
only a
prime.
baby.
It's prime.
World Cup winner.
Yeah.
World Cup winner.
it's
Yes,
prime.
exactly.
Well, I'm going to go to George first here. And Richard Hutchinson says, what do you think? Then I'll go to Tommy, then I'll go to Marius. Okay, when you finish, George. And when George finishes, just carry on, Tommy. Is that okay?
Okay.
Right. What do you think about Levi, Colwell, and
Well,
these don't say Romeo, do they? Romeo, Lavia.
I think Colwell looks a really good player. He looked really good in the games the other day, you know. And I mean, I don't know how much he would cost, what sort of money he would fetch, but yeah, I rate him. And Lavia, I read in the paper the other day he wants to come to Liverpool. I read an article saying he really wants to come to Liverpool, but the fee they're asking is a bit on the high side. But, you know, again, he looks a good player as well, you know. So it'd be good if those sort of players could come to the club. Like you said earlier, Frank, maybe somebody would have to go to get them in.
Yeah. What about
But
you?
I think, you know, these players who we talk about, Javier or whoever, who never played in the Premiership. Myself personally, I would look for players who are proven in the Premiership, like this Casido and anybody else who's up for grabs, and we have to buy them.
Yeah, it's about the money, isn't it, Tommy?
It is, George, it is. But the thing is, the big rumours we were going after Mbappe. So if we go after them, we can go after Casido.
They've got as much chance of me coming back as signing them back.
That was my next line, George. You just ruined me, Joe.
Oh, Yang himself coming back. What do you think, Marius? Carlyle and Lavia, if you've seen them.
I have not seen Carlyle, but I'm hearing good things about him. But I think it will be really difficult in case of in terms of the asking price. Imagine the Chelsea is a big club, so it will be really difficult for them to sell him in a price that would fit our demands. I don't see us get him. As for Lavia, I have seen some videos. I like him a lot. Yes, I have to admit, but I'm pretty sure that we will make a third midfielder if we sell somebody.
Yeah.
And that somebody, I think it's a kind of loud secret that it's Thiago. I think
Thiago. Yeah.
That's that's the name that maybe is the one that will be sold. I think it's a quiet try from the club to sell him. That's what I'm seeing. They don't rule out the case of letting him go. So that is, I think they are thinking of selling him before going for a third midfielder.
Yeah.
Before you came on, Marius was saying that he's injured again. Thiago.
Yeah, he's still injured from last game weeks. Yes, he doesn't recover yet.
Says it's no good if he can't play.
I'd swap him for Steven Gerrard. Bring Stevie back over here and send him over there.
Yeah, probably right. Yeah, probably right.
Well, Brian Headley says, listen, lads, we'll get slaughtered down the right side yet again if we don't get this right back. Now, people have been asking, for right backs because we know that Trent's going to go into midfield. We know that.
Yeah.
And it could be exposed again, the right back, and you've seen it last season. So what I think he's saying is just put Trent in midfield and just buy a right back. Just buy a right back.
I got Frank. We didn't get slaughtered in the last 10 league games.
That's right.
No.
We didn't get slaughtered in the last 10 league games.
No.
No.
But he's saying for next season. He's saying for next season. It's just a comment anyway, that one.
If push comes to shove, I'd put Joe Gomez in the right.
I was going to say that, Tommy.
I'd put Joe over on the right.
If I can't sign anybody, that's what I would do.
Well, good evening, Frank, Tommy, George, and Marius. Late on parade, sorry, but I have to say, still don't think we're good enough to challenge for the league, and that's Paul Bear. Now, look, you've got to look at these comments. You've got. These are all mature fellas, they're no kids or whatever. These are all mature. They can go back to, when we were winning European Cups every week, if you know me.
Yeah.
So they know the football. They're not silly people. And Paul Burke, I know Paul, and he's dead honest and dead down to earth. And what he says, good evening, Frank, Tommy, George, late on parade. Sorry, but I have to still say I don't think we're good enough to challenge for the league, and that's next season. So
I think I've got to agree with it.
Hang on, Tommy.
I've got to agree with it.
Tommy. Marius. I'm going to Marius to answer the question. Then it'll be George, then it'll be you.
That's just answered, man.
Oh yeah, look, he's got a cover.
I agree with him because we don't. If that's all in the transfer market, it's the halfway. We still need enforcement. We still need a third midfielder. We still need a good centre back. We still need those players. If we don't get them, we are not good enough to challenge the league. That's for sure. But if we do, the thing is different. And I think we can do it, and I think we will go for two more players. That's my sense. That's what I'm seeing. We have not finished the business. If we did, I think Jürgen would be the first to tell it to people. He always is the first to rule out a potential new transfer. So at this time he doesn't. So I think we have more to see in the transfer market. But yes, if that's all, we have problem. Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, and Brian Ledley says, he says, we were talking about Liverpool's greatest goals a while back, lads. I seen John Toshak's goal against Southampton in the Charity Shield for the first time the other night. 78, I think it was. Right. Now, I'm going to, before we go back to that, it's just that here that I'm going to go to George. And he says, I don't think we're good enough yet to challenge for the league. What do you think, George?
Well, it's a good point Paul makes there, to be honest. I think I do definitely feel that we are a bit exposed at the back. I think we've got Matip and we've got Van Dijk and we've got Robbo and Gomez. And now if anything happens to any one of them, who goes in there? I mean, if Trent's in midfield, we need somebody in the back four, I think, definitely, if not two. I'm not too unhappy with the midfield, as I said earlier. I think we've got the midfield pretty well,
boxed off.
Yeah, I think so. And up front, definitely.
Yeah.
And Gakpo can move up or come back in the middle as well. But certainly, the point Paul makes is good. It's very difficult to compete with Man City with the money they've got, with the power of purchase, the manager they got. But we've been doing it for the last 3 or 4 years within a point, until the middle of last season when things went a bit off, without a doubt. So we can get back up there, I think, with the right signings and with somebody in the back four coming in, the club's guidance and the new players we've got. I'm very optimistic. I can't wait for the new season to start, to be honest. I'm dead bored with the cricket and the tennis and all this stuff going on at the moment. I just want to get on with the football season, start talking about winning games. So I'm optimistic about it. But I do take on board what Paul says. It is going to be difficult, but it's going to be difficult for every club to challenge City. But we need to do it.
What do you think, Tom?
I think, Michelle, personally, Jurgen Klopp knows who he needs. He doesn't need us to tell him. He knows who he needs. And if we can get a left-sided centre-back and a right back, I think, that team what kept up with City. We knew for a fact we couldn't keep that going without buying when we were strong, and we didn't buy. There's no way we could have kept that up unless we strengthened the team, and we didn't do that. And that come back to show last season. Yeah. But I'm sure Jurgen knows. I'm sure Jurgen knows who he wants. And I'm like George. I'm very optimistic about next season. But I agree with Paul. That's a great point Paul makes. And I think it's a compete with Man City at the minute. Something else.
Yeah, my opinion as well is we've got the team to blend, and I mean for next season, but the season after we'll blend even more, right? Yeah. We'll blend even more. So next season, I think we'll get top 4. I predict that we'll get top 4, without a shadow of a doubt. The following season, but like this time next year, Henderson will be gone, Thiago will be well gone. These players will be gone. I think Fabinho. So we'd have to bring in 3 very strong players. It's no use relying on a good season for the next season without. You know that, George. Shankly did it, and Bob Paisley did it. They bought every season.
They built on success. They built on success. When they were successful, that's when they built. That's when they invested.
And that's what we didn't do.
So that's a very good point. We didn't invest, and Tommy Batty says, that we should have done, and he was going on about when we bought all these things. never invested. So I'm going to go to Arios, you know, the investment. Are Liverpool very poor on investments? They're not like the others, and the money's there. What do you think?
Yeah, I do believe it. When I see teams like I don't mention Man City. If you see Arsenal were very close to winning the league, and they didn't. They were very close, so they cash out 100 million for Declan Rice.
Yeah.
That's something I can't see us doing it. So yeah, we are still behind that. In that, we prefer to cash smart, to spend smart. But yes, I do feel that we are behind in that level. The other clubs don't hesitate so much to spend money and to risk more.
That's what I was just going to say. The other top 4 or 5 teams are all improving their squads too, with great players.
Yeah, they're taking risks.
Yeah.
And I think you need to take risks.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe some players that you pay them so much doesn't make it. Okay, but it's part of the game. I think.
Yeah.
It's part of the football business. But you have to compete in that business. I think.
Yeah.
We've spent 100 million on Soboslai and McAllister, haven't we? And I wonder if
Yeah.
that's better value than 100 million for the one player in Rice, or level, or what?
Yeah,
You know,
that's the other opinion. That it's really right.
you've got two quality players there for the same money they've paid for one.
Yeah.
Absolutely, but you know, okay, we've got there, but we always seem to get the cheaper. It's like, do you know what it's like?
Yeah.
It's like going into a bazaar in Turkey or somewhere. You go and you haggle. That's what it's all about. You haggle until you get the lowest of all lowest prices, and that's what Liverpool are like. They haggle. They just haggle. Get down, you know, the actual prices. We're the only team, says Stephen Snape, we're the only team that have pushed Man City in the last 4 seasons or so. Klopp's got form for it. There's nothing to suggest he can't repeat that with the right signings.
Good man.
Yeah, I
It
totally
is,
agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I just say again, please, people, just press the like. Just press the like. If you haven't subscribed, it costs nothing. Just subscribe to the channel to get the algorithm out. Because I've got great guests on a Tuesday, like tonight, and on a Thursday. And we talk Liverpool. That's what we talk about. We don't talk about rumours. The likes of Tommy Batty mentioned before. Mbappe, but he wasn't sure. These are these are the stupid things that
I meant to say George Scott.
I'll sign in a flash.
Lovely. Anyway, Brian Edley, this is what I mean, lads. We can win the league all over the pitch easily in my eyes, but it's just this right back that is a nervous. No, you know, let's be honest. You know, like Brian Edley, he's a big out and out red, and if he sees something, and he said it last season, you know, I'm not being from the start of last season. He mentioned it. I remember him mentioning it, because on my ordinary show that is. And he said, the right back, I'm talking about history, and he comes out and says, I'm worried about our right back, you know. You're like, well, yeah, okay. I'm talking about a building or something, and he comes out with that. But it's just to prove that he's, you know, been worried since last season. Now, we bought that. Remember Calvin Ramsey?
Yeah.
A 17-year-old young Scottish lad.
Aberdeen, yeah.
That idiot. in the garden or something. He was kicking the ball and they got injured. Oh, that was it. So you couldn't blame our training, which people do about our injuries. So we did go after him. We did. And Paul Beck says it, but there's to you. And Marios wasn't there when put comments on.
Hello, Paul.
He was working.
Thank you. What I was.
Isn't that nice, though?
Thank you.
Oh yeah, there's Charlie was. He must have been looking at you. Charlie must be older than you. Can't afford you, George.
Hey, Aberdeen signed me for £12,000. A lot of money in those days, mate.
A lot of money, yeah.
A lot of cash.
I bought a Mini for £500 cash. It was brand new.
Just imagine, George, if you was have been, today, you came in for 12 million. Just imagine what you could have got out of that. Steve Evans says, Carlyle, Chelsea would rather sell him to City than us. And that's spot on that.
Yeah, Chelsea don't like us anyway.
Now, the Dutch lad, here's another thing that, we've been linked to it, and that's Shaw's. Shaw's. Did you mention that before, George?
I did.
Tommy, I think.
Aye.
Where is he playing? What is he playing, that lad?
He's a central defender. He played at Torino. He played at Torino.
Torino, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Torino. Yeah.
Don't know him.
Neither do I.
Well, Richard Hutchinson says Liverpool needs to use experienced players in the Premier and Europa League. LFC need to use inexperienced academy young in the League Cup and FA Cup early rounds. And we do that, though, don't we?
You do. That makes sense. Yeah, we do.
Of course. And I think the club will do it also to the Europa League as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the early rounds,
Yeah, in the early rounds, yes. In the group stage, maybe.
Yeah. Because the young players are good players anyway.
Yeah.
Well, we must have the best goalkeeper.
Yeah, Carlyle.
And Brian Headley says, anyone got any further news on Kelleher?
No.
Because, is he going or staying? See, we've got to look at the way they gave Adrian another contract, another year's contract. Now, is there something in the air about Kelleher? Leaving, going to another club?
I'd be surprised if he doesn't go because he's got to get games in a big first team somewhere. He can't go in the reserves forever, can he?
No. But as Steve Evans says, and a lot of other people about, I think it was Richard Hutchinson, not Paul, but I don't know who it was. When he said, Richard Hutchinson, when he said we can play these in the League Cup, Kelleher, he does.
Yeah, every game.
Remember the Carabao Cup? He won it for us early.
Yeah,
when he saved the penalty and scored the penalty.
Yeah.
But the thing is that going to be good enough for him?
No. My opinion. What's your opinion? Is it going to be good enough, Marios, for him to stay?
I don't think so. I think he can find a chance to play an entire campaign somewhere else. So that's what he will look for. He's a great goalkeeper, but he's unlucky in terms of being behind the best goalkeeper in the world. That's not a Liverpool problem. That's not a club problem. That's kind of luck. It's a luck.
But the thing is, Marios, what happens if Alisson gets injured?
Yeah, that's true. We need a great, alternative.
I think he's too talented and he's too young to sit around. He's got to be on the pitch.
Oh, I agree with that, George. I agree with that.
I just want to get out there again, please, because we've got a lot of people looking in. Please press the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It costs nothing. And if you want to comment, and you will be able to, we'll read out your comments. All comments we read out, and the lads to
as for Kelleher, sorry, Frank. As for Kelleher, I think he's a homegrown player. That's an additional issue because we have a problem with the homegrown players. I think we have just one place for a non-home player. So if we get a non-home player, we don't have the availability to bring in another one.
Yeah, we have to move somebody on.
If Kelleher leaves, we are losing a homegrown player. So that would be a problem for the club, for the team.
That's true. Yeah,
it's an issue. Yes, we have to fix it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Tom?
I certainly hope he doesn't go. I certainly hope, but I agree with George. The lad's too talented to sit on the bench hoping, no, he's going to get a cup game or the Ballison gets injured. No, he's too talented for that.
He's just
he'd walk into any Premiership.
Yeah, he's just unlucky. He's got the greatest goalkeeper in the world in front of him.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's a quick one. Stevie is paying more than Klopp, and Klopp's on 14 million a year.
Yeah, he's on that a week. He's on that a week over there.
I wonder if I went over there and supported them, how much they give me.
To come back home.
With them little things with the... Yeah. Anyway, there's and I'm going to go to Tommy first. Okay. Then George, then Marius.
Okay.
Go in turn. Okay, please.
Last but not least.
Don't shout over one another. Who will you sell in the current squad if we get another midfielder? Fabinho, Henderson, or Thiago? Tommy.
Thiago.
Why?
Because he's injury prone.
Simple as that.
And you're not going to get... How many games are you going to get out of him all season? You'd be lucky to get half a dozen games out of him.
Yeah. Stephen Snape said that, didn't he? He said you'd be lucky to get, the amount of games that we need.
Don't get me wrong, I love him. I think he's excellent, he's talented, he's class.
Yeah.
But he's no good to be always on the treatment table.
No. What about you, George? If you're going to sell someone out the current squad, midfield, to get another midfielder, Fabinho, Henderson, or Thiago?
Well, I wouldn't sell Fabinho because I think he's still got time in him, and I think he still does a good job in midfield. Thiago, I love Thiago. I'm a great admirer of Thiago, but I absolutely agree, Frank, that he's a liability in the sense that he doesn't get enough minutes on the pitch. If you're not on the pitch, you can't influence the game. And I can't see that changing very much, to be honest. He seems to be injury prone. I love Henderson as well. He's been a great captain. Father Time's chasing him, but he's doing his best to keep fit. And I would keep Henderson. So I would say Thiago, unfortunately.
So before I go to Marius, you keep Henderson just for the sake of, say, his experience, even not on the field, and he's a captain. And he is, you've got to admit, he's a good captain. And players look up to him, actually. They really look up to him.
They do.
Okay. Yeah. But before I go to Marius, I went like that. We should get, this is like before the likes of McAllister and everything. I just looked at that midfield last season, dreadful. And I said, our captain should go. And, Milner, I was right about Milner. And I got lambasted for this. I said, just put the captain's armbands on, Virgil, and put the vice captains on, young Trent, the scouter. Well, that was me. So what do you think? Who would you sell, Marius, if we had to sell Fabinho or Henderson or Thiago?
I have to agree with the lads before, because yes, I would go for Thiago for being injury prone for sure, but he's also at the last year of his contract, so it looks like the same with Ox and Keita. We didn't sell them last summer, and we lost them for free, and they didn't offer much last season. And also, there's some case with Thiago about the wage. I think he's the third highest paid in Liverpool squad. I think Mo is the first, Virgil the second. I think Thiago is the third. We give him a lot of money for how much he had played, and I think letting him go will free up space in terms of the wage bill for players like Lavia and another slip back and all these kind of things. I think that's the reasons why I would go for Thiago. The wage, the injury prone, and the fact that he is at his last year of his contract, and I think he will not renew it. I think we will not offer him a new contract.
No,
so
he'll go on a free like the rest of them this season.
Yeah. So why don't not to bring in 10 or 15 million?
Yeah, you get a decent fee for him.
And get rid of the heavy contract of him.
Here's a question. This is from me before I go on to the lads. The comments that the lads are putting in. Here's one from me. If we as a team, as Paul Bear, we are Liverpool, we should be challenging every season.
Yeah.
We should be. We have been for the last few years. You've only got to go back to the 70s and 80s. And then, we were just winning everything. So we had a lean spell until Klopp came. Now, where's my point? Klopp will leave in 2 years' time. And as Tommy says, he's building a side.
Yeah.
Who would you like to see brought into replacement? Have you got anyone on your mind?
Oh my God! What a question! Yes.
You're going to be in the same position Manchester United were with Ferguson. You're going to have a poison chalice there, I think, unless you can get a lot of thinking done and get somebody in. Like possibly, if I was going to say Steve Gerrard, I would need to get him in early. I don't think you can just appoint him when Klopp leaves. He would have to come in at least a year in advance and work with Klopp as part of the team. I said that the last time we were together. I think Gerrard would be ideal, providing he. I'm not quite sure why he's gone to Saudi. I know the money, of course, but it's a bit of a. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to come back to that actually. I'm going to ask Tommy. Who would you like to see come?
Well, I totally agree with yours, because I think we said this weeks and weeks ago. We should bring Stevie in a year or so before Jurgen Klopp leaves. Let him work alongside Jurgen Klopp, see how Jurgen Klopp works, get his ideas. Because one day he's going to be the manager. But if you can't get him, I'd get Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, a good one, Tony. How would do it?
Well, yeah, how about this then?
A new challenge.
How about this, right? And it's from Steve Evans. And he said, if Klopp goes, I'll bring Xabi Alonso here. And I said, and as Steven Gerrard as his number 2. What do you think about that?
Romantic.
It is romantic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because Xabi, he's doing well. Loves the club, by the way. He comes and what do you remember when he left Real Madrid, or was it Bayern, his last club?
Yeah.
And he started to come over and watch Liverpool.
Yeah.
He was coming in incognito, but at least he was watching the He was
But don't
watching
forget,
the-
Frank. Don't forget, Frank. Greg Souness loved the club too,
Yes.
and he nearly wrecked it.
Well, he did, yeah, because he wrecked the boot rooms, didn't he? He got rid of the boot room.
Yes, he did.
That was his fatal mistake, that. Getting rid of that boot room. That was where all the magic was
That was where all the magic happened, definitely. For years and years and years.
Well, Stephen Snape says Carlyle will stay at Chelsea. They've had a fire sale this last few weeks, and some of them have been centre-backs who've left. I agree with George. Gomez at right back, short term, is a decent shout.
Yeah, we've got no choice about that, I think, unless we get somebody in.
Yeah. And Brian Edley says, look at the stupid goals from that area. He keeps going on about that.
Non-stop.
Up to the last 10 games.
Villa game was a nightmare. Then look at Southampton and the goals we gave away were shocking. This is where teams can only get at us. But I think it'll be different next season. I think there'll be more cover.
Yeah,
Exactly.
There'll be more cover.
That's the key thing. We've got to stop these goals on the breakaway when we're attacking, and somebody breaks through the middle and scores a goal.
Yeah.
But look at Southampton, for God's sake.
Yeah.
We were leading in the game, they went 4-2 up.
I know.
And that's the problem. That is the problem. Well, it was a problem last season, but whether shore us up.
I think the whole back four suffered though last season, didn't he? Robbo, Virgil, Canate, Trent. They all suffered. The whole that right was so abysmal. The whole back four was really out of sorts. I think it'll be a different kettle of fish this season.
Yeah. I do, Tommy.
Yeah, it is a point for all the our lads who are commenting. And Richard Hutchinson says Liverpool needs a right back, centre defensive midfielder, and a right-sided forward. No one's mentioned that. The people on the chat are hard-working, honest, knowledgeable, respectful listeners and want the best for LFC.
Yeah,
That's
nobody disputes that.
It is a good shout, though. I really believe it's a good. Well, you lads as well. It's an excellent shout.
That's in a perfect world, though, that isn't it?
I doubt very much we'll get 4 new players in now between now and the start of the season.
Not in them possessions, anyway.
No.
Yeah, there's something. Before I go to Soulboy Fran. Captain America, Pulisic, 24 years of age, is going to AC Milan for 20 million.
Yeah. I remember it was a transfer target of club some summers before, I think.
That's right. That's
2018.
Pulisic, yeah.
When he was at the Borussia.
That's right, because Chelsea bought him. And I forget how much they paid for him.
From America.
Forget.
How much are you going for? 20 million?
20, yeah. We can't afford it. We haven't sold that many hot dogs yet. Pies to buy anyone. And Soulboy Fran says, I think there might be a chance we play 3 at centre-backs. If we get the left-sided one, and Trent can play the floating role, so no need for a right-back. Very good shot. What do you think, George?
So where's on that basis, who would be the back 4 then? Where's Robbo going to play?
No, it's what he says here. I'm sorry, George. You might. I think there might be a chance if we play 3 centre backs. If we get the left-sided one, the left-sided centre back, and Trent can play on the floating role, so right back.
Yeah.
There's no need because that's the problem we have. And Klopp is, he says, he wants a left-sided centre back, and that's so boys. I've mentioned that, by the way. Playing three at the back, but we need a left-sided centre back.
Konate and Van Dijk at the moment, haven't we?
Oh yeah. Well, it's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely, but I love these comments, by the way.
I don't think you'll ever see Trent playing right back again for us.
No, I don't. No, it would be. He's found his position, I think, Tommy.
It'd be foolish if he done that.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant in midfield.
Okay, Steve Evans, get the squad right this season, and then further seasons will hark back to the 80s when we'd only have to sign 2 players each season to keep the squad ticking over.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
That's a spot on. That is a spot on.
So
we mentioned it before, didn't we? We said about Shankly and Bob Paisley buying 2 players every season. I always remember. I don't know whether it was Craig Johnson or Terry McDermott. I'm not quite. It was one of the 2. And he said, he was just giving an interview, and he said, we all have to be on our toes because every season we bring in quality players to take our place.
Yeah.
What a quote.
That's why they were so good.
Absolutely. They have to be. Yeah, there's a big one. Richard Hutchinson. What formation do you guys want Klopp to play? 3-4-3 or 4-3-3 or 4-4-2 standard or 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-2 diamond? Well, we played
I've got a headache.
And Trent needs to go into midfield and need to get another Max Adams or Walker Peters.
I played 3-4-4.
What we were doing at the back end of last season was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was. Added value of McAllister and this Szoboszlai as well.
But when we, I like that. I see the way George just came out, just flowed Szoboszlai. Yeah, I don't think
he's got it written down in front of him.
I don't think anyone can look for that. Szoboszlai coming over to you.
I've been practicing.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think again when we were doing well, I'm not talking about last season, the season before, whatever. And we played. Sometimes we played the diamond shape, and we were good.
Yeah,
we were good.
You need to have the players to do
but they had the legs then.
Yeah.
They had the legs.
Exactly.
And that's that was the problem for last season.
Yeah. I think that
he's got the legs now.
If we got the right players, if we got the right players, we can play in different styles and be unpredictable. We have many alternatives in terms of the system and play in different styles. If a game doesn't go well, let's change it. We have the legs to do it, but we need the players to.
That was our downfall last season. We never had a plan B.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Richard Hutchinson has said, what formation would you like to see? And Tommy said 4-4-2.
No, I said 3-4-4.
I was testing you there, Tom.
3-4-4.
I was testing it just in case you were kidding us up from the last time. So what formation would you like, George?
Well, it'd be interesting to see what he does in the practice matches and the friendlies pre-season, what formation he starts with and who he plays. Give us a bit of a lead into what's going to happen at the start of the season. I'd go along with what Tommy said. I think, it was looking good at the end of last season. Yeah. But it depends what we sign if we get somebody in the back, Yeah. But if we don't, then I would just go with the same way we finished last season. You've got 2 new players in there as well.
Well, I like the 4-3-3. I've always liked the 4-3-3, to be honest. Yeah. And we can change then to 3-4-3. But there's so many formations that we can play in.
Yeah, exactly.
So many.
As long as we play the winning formation.
Yes.
That's it.
We've got
That's
the
it.
legs.
That's a
slightly,
Shankly boy, that isn't it?
it's slightly different in the defense. It's slightly different when we have the ball, and it's changed in different cases in the game. Yeah, we have the ball, so we play that way. We don't have the ball, we're defending, so let's play it that way.
Yeah.
I think as we played in the last game weeks of the season, it looks good. Yes, if we take in mind that we have new players.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Lee Brady says, "Hello, everyone. Hope you're all okay."
Hello,
I seen a video yesterday. Right? He says, "You seen a video of this Lavia for the first time, and you know what? He looks really good. If he is playing in Fab's position, then wow. I already, although Fab looks really slow, Lavia makes him look even slower. But with his age being 19, I'm led to believe his reading of the game won't be on par with the experience of Fab. So do you think he would start over Fab if he signed?" That's a good question, man.
He will help, of course, because Fab will need rest. Will need to take a rest. If we only have Fabinho, it's a problem. It's a problem. We need someone to help him, and of course the experience of Fabinho will help Lavia as well. I think he will play much if he comes in.
Yeah.
What do you think, George?
Well, that's what I said earlier on in the chat. That he looks a really good player to me, and it depends on the money, how much they want for him, and if they're prepared to go for him. But yeah, he's only 19. He's got lots of talent, and it'd be a good. I still like Fabinho though. I think he brings a bit of balance and aggression in the midfield that you need. But then again, so does McAllister.
Yeah,
he's quite aggressive. Yeah,
but Lavia, I think he loves Liverpool because did you see, the way he gave that ball to Jota? Remember the last game of the season? He just passed it out there. Put that away.
He does want to come to Liverpool, from what I've heard. He loves the prospect of coming to Liverpool.
No, yeah, here's where the daft things come in, right? Remember when I mentioned this? Fans are actually getting excited about Mbappe.
There's a fan right here making me air, because it's hot. It's really hot in Athens.
hot air.
See, Brian says, no matter what happens, the best result for us this season is if we get new owners. It's went slightly quiet for a few players when a few players came in, and for some fans, think now it's great again. Think about that.
Well, let's put it this way: it's better than what we were.
Yeah. No,
a lot better than what we were.
Yeah. Let's see what happens in the next few weeks and at the start of the season.
Well, this is what we've got to do. And Neil Broderick is showing a picture of him and his lovely wife, Angela. How about that? Isn't that lovely?
That's nice.
Lovely.
Great. On the beach. I think he's in Athens on the beach.
Lovely.
Oh, great.
I'm only joking. Savania from Rangers at right back would be a great signing and would get him for easily 10 million. He keeps Brian Headley keeps going on about the right back.
He looks a good player, Tavernier, but he's playing in the Scottish League, and I know it's quite the same as playing in the Premier League.
That's the problem. But you know what someone said, George? Funny you saying that. when Big Verge was playing up there for Celtic, and they said Harry won't be any good. Then he went to Southampton, and Harry won't be any good. And why are Liverpool paying like 85 million or whatever we paid for him? Why is this? Look what he turns out like.
Yeah.
At the time, he was the best centre half in the whole of Europe.
Yeah.
I still think he will be as well.
He was a free kick taker in Celtic.
Yeah.
He was a great free kick taker. Yeah. But you have Trent.
He come back after a really bad injury, don't forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think he's got something to prove, and I think he will.
Is that the same pressure playing against Ross County is playing against Man United and Man City?
No.
I think, this particular comment here, this goes right back to Tommy. And Tommy, I've known Tommy for years, and he keeps saying this. He always keeps saying it. The old adage, if they are good enough, they are old enough.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Absolutely right, that. If you've got the talent, no matter what your age is, if you're in there on merit.
Yeah. Stephen Snape says, I want you to talk. I've got to go and make a
cup of tea.
Yeah, I've got to. I'm dry. I'm on the antibiotics and they make me dry. If you know what I mean. Right. Anyway, I shouldn't drink. I shouldn't take the tablet, should I? With vodka or scotch or whatever. Anyway, Stephen Snape says, it's selfish, I know. I'd like Kelleher to stay as a backup keeper. He's phenomenal. But in reality, he deserves first team football. Well, we've discussed that, haven't we?
Yeah.
We have discussed that.
Yeah. There's the greatest number 2 in the world.
He is.
Yeah.
There's a good point. What Soulboy France says, we haven't been linked with any goalies, so Kelleher must be.
Yes, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't it? That's what I mean about our listeners here and, the comments. They're all bang on. Every one of them, if you know what I mean.
You've got to look at Jurgen Klopp, right? And he's chosen Kelleher. Now I don't care who you know. If you sit in an office with Jurgen Klopp for 20 minutes, you're not moving anyway.
Yeah.
Well, Neil Broderick says this could be massive season for Betetic. I'm going right to Marios about that. I want you to comment on that. It's a good show.
Yeah. It could be because last season he showed really great prospect, and he looked really mature for his age, and he did it in a bad Liverpool and in a chaotic midfield. So the thing will be different now because we have more players. We will be more structured, more organized, and maybe better. How worse we will be, maybe better. So he will be better. I think I want to see 2 players, Bachelis and also Nunez. Because also Nunez is some. I have said many times he played in a bad Liverpool and his numbers were good. Let's see him in a good Liverpool team.
Yeah,
that's a very good shout. That what you said. That's a very good response. George, what do you think? This could be a massive for Betetic.
Well, you got to remember, when this kid came into the team, he was under tremendous pressure because we had injuries. He was carrying the team on his young shoulders for about 6 weeks. And then sadly he got injured. He scored that great goal against Aston Villa, which showed his talent.
Indeed,
and he didn't really get enough chance to express fully how good he is. And I think, and Neil's right there, this could be a massive season for him. For a number of players, could be a massive season, a huge season. But for this lad, I think if he gets in and he carries on playing like he played last year, we've got a start of the making there, I think. And the sky's the limit.
What about you, Tom?
Yeah, I totally can't wait for this kid to come back into the team. Because once he's in it, barring injuries, because don't forget the way he plays, he could get injured because he gets in and he gets stuck in and he wins the ball. But I just hope, because once he's in the team, there's no way he's getting dropped.
Do you know what I'm laughing at? I'm looking at. I just looked at myself on the little screen there, and it's just like a talking head.
Yeah.
You look like the chef off the Muppets.
Oh, that's on the t-shirt. What I was laughing at. And when we were chatting, I'm going to leave you with, right, I'm just going to, this is a quick one. It's only what, we were talking about before. Fabinho all day long, rather than Lavia, right? Now, I'm going to leave you with this, and I want you to discuss it. And I'll go to Tommy first, then George, and then Marius, obviously. Lee Brady's. Your best ability is availability. And the likes of Enzo, Thiago, etc., are too injury prone. If they don't leave now, they will defo be gone next summer, like Ox and Kiteaway. Okay, can you discuss that? All right, Sean, you start.
So as far as I'm concerned, Henderson, I mean, I'm like George. I'd love him to stay because he's been our most successful captain, I would say, and he's been brilliant, a brilliant leader, and experience. You can't buy experience, can you?
No.
So I would keep him before I keep Thiago. But the thing is, now, with them two, I agree with Marios. You've got to let Thiago go now before he runs his contract down.
Yeah.
We can't afford to lose money on him.
No.
And for his minutes on the pitch, for me, he should be the next one out.
Yeah, I also think we'll get money for Thiago still. We'll get a reasonable fee for him at this stage. And we'll get, as Marius said earlier, we get a massive amount of money off the wage bill. And we'll be losing a player that's not really giving us the minutes on the pitch that his talent deserves. Henderson, I love Henderson. He's been, as you said, Tommy, he's been a great captain for the club. A credit to the club and to the game in many ways, even off the pitch. And I think that he is I'd like to see him at least be here for one more season. And hopefully, play as many minutes as he can. But he's not going to be starting every game, I don't think. I think it's going to be McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gakpo, Fabinho, and Curtis Jones, Macevic, and those boys are going to be in the midfield, I think, mainly. And Hendo will be on the bench, unless it's a League Cup where you need some experience on the pitch to guide the young players that will be playing in those games, like Elliott and others. So, I mean, I think that, I would say that Thiago probably won't be here much longer. He may last the season, but that would be a bit of a mistake because he'd have to go for no money then.
And I had some an analysis lately that Thiago maybe doesn't really fit in the new system of Jürgen. That's an opinion, and it seems like Curtis Jones fits better. Yeah. As for Curtis, we have to say about his performances in the under 19s and 21 Euros.
Yes,
he was incredible with England.
But don't forget, Marios, towards last season, because he had minutes on the pitch, but you could see the confidence in the lad grow, and he was outstanding in some of the games.
I mean, you imagine if he played for somebody else at the moment, and he was playing in under 21s and performing like he was, or he was playing for someone else and performing like he was at the back end of last season, Liverpool would be looking to pay 50 million for him.
Oh yeah.
Good point. Yes.
So we've got a player there that is ready-made, really, if he gets game time.
That's what I was talking about Carvalho. That part, I mean, I don't know what happened to him and Jürgen Klopp, but he never got enough minutes on the pitch. And that lad was talented. He is talented. I'm glad he's only gone on loan and we can get him back.
Yeah,
Yes.
and no buy clothes, not the sell clothes.
No,
Yes,
no, he's only on loan, so we can bring him back anytime.
yeah, yeah.
can,
It seems like Jurgen sees a future in him.
Yes.
So that's really optimistic. Yes.
Yeah, I saw
Right.
a bit on one of the matches. I think it was Thiago whispered in one of the players' ears as he was going on, giving him some advice, and Klopp gave him a bit of a look as he walked away, thinking, "That's my job," So I don't know whether there's any,
But the thing is, George, Marios, the games last season, when you're looking at the bench, right? You've got Milner, you've got Carvalho, you've got Curtis, you've got Harvey.
Yeah.
And who does he stand on? For Trent Alexander-Arnold, is Milner. How would you feel?
Absolutely, you would be a little.
How would you feel?
Yeah.
You'd feel depressed.
You'd be gutted. Yeah.
Well, me and Tommy were discussing that, weren't we?
Yeah.
And both of us said Trent's face looked like thunder coming up.
Looked it up, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
He has a new haircut,
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
Like Frank says it.
Yeah, it reminds us the 2019. The 2019. Yeah.
I want it to look like Marios. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to dye my hair and dye my little goatee like Marios.
Yeah, and knock about 40 years off as well.
I used to look like Marios.
Get a big tan as well. I'll become a marathon runner. But anyway.
So a better few.
What do you think of this one? Alisson captain for me, Frank?
No.
I never like a goalkeeper to be captain. I think they're a bit too detached from the action. That's just my opinion, really.
Yeah, obviously.
Neil
Bradley, if you're going to sell a midfielder, would you get more money for Fabinho, Danenzo, or Thiago? Use the money for a great centre back because Virgil will probably need replacing. Yeah. This is why we've been talking, and we do need a replacement.
He's 32 now.
This kid I was telling you about from Torino. This kid from Torino. There's a big shout out for him.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I wouldn't sell Fabinho. I'd rather sell Thiago than anyone.
Fabinho is maybe the only one. Okay, it's bad as well. A defensive midfielder. We don't. Why to sell him?
Yeah.
You need to sell. You need to sell a player in the style of Thiago to bring in another defensive midfielder.
Yeah. Totally agree.
Well, Brian Early says here, I was talking to Milner last week at the live golf, the live golf, and he told me he has the option to go back to Anfield in the January window if Jürgen needs him.
Oh, stop it.
Stop it.
As a spectator.
Stop it.
It's not
me. As his butler. As his butler again. As his butler.
That would make you happy, Frank, eh?
Oh, my baby. I'd be over the moon with him, yeah. Henderson has the influence and ability to galvanise us in the last 30 minutes of games. Thiago's made of Weetabix, sadly, and way too fragile. Fabinho might just have one more good season.
I agree with all that.
George.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Comments on that?
Good. No, I agree with that. Henderson, I think he does have the influence as a captain to galvanise the players. Thiago definitely is made of Weetabix, that's for sure. He is there. Fabinho, I mean, definitely have one more season, definitely, I think, to be honest, Who
Do you know
knows
what
that?
I'm afraid of, George? Do you know what
What's
I'm
that, Frank?
afraid of? No, we love Thiago. We love Thiago.
Yeah.
And fans were delighted when Keita went because they were saying he's always injured, he's always injured.
Yeah.
And if Thiago stays and he has a few games and gets injured and then tries to come back and gets injured again, he could end up, with fans saying, so his little legacy that he's got now, being a great player for us and whatever, could be diminished. That's
you're
my
right,
concern about Alcantara Triad, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look, Klopp is a hard act to follow. That's when we were saying, who we'd like to take over.
Well, we're lucky as a club. We've had 3 of the greatest managers in the history of the game: Shankly, Paisley, and Klopp.
Yeah, there's one for the pot. The other analyst says the Brentford manager, he's worked miracles there. Don't fancy Gerrard as manager. He's talking about managers. When Klopp leaves, who would you like?
But you've got to have a manager to come here. You've got to have a manager to come here, and the crowd have got to want it.
Yeah.
The crowd needs to want him here, and he's got to put himself to the crowd. That's the first thing. You'll get the players, but the crowd need to have him, want him, and respect him and appreciate him, like they've done with Shankly, Rafa, Bob Paisley. It's the crowd what's important here about your manager.
Yeah.
If they love your manager, you're great.
The manager gets the crowd on their side by their actions, by what they say, and by what they do.
But Klopp was when he first, came here, and when we was going, he always stands down the way. He's like this, but the FA told him to stop it.
Yeah.
They said that he was inciting the away fans.
Load of rubbish.
No, he might bump into Thiago and injure him.
Okay, sir. Ran into him, yeah. But anyway,
elbow him in the face.
It's just
I've always said the game is all about passion. You can't dampen passion. That's what it's all about. The crowd love to see it when Klopp gets up.
Yeah, of course.
Look what happened last year.
It's the expression of the fans on the beach. Yeah.
Well, the Arsenal game last year, when Trent had a goal with one of the Arsenal players, and the whole game changed. The crowd.
That's when the whole season turned around. Then
the whole season, yeah. That's what you want.
That is a hypothetical question. Okay.
Yeah.
If Klopp did leave, and Neil Broderick says about Brentford manager, right? Now, just suppose this, that, now don't forget, at the beginning of when we were looking after Rodgers was sacked, right? We were looking at 2 managers. Who were the 2 managers we were looking at? Besides Klopp, who's the other fella?
Ancelotti and Klopp.
I can't remember.
Can you tell me?
I can't
when
remember.
Brendan Rodgers got sacked.
Yeah, we were looking at Klopp and one other manager.
Was it Guardiola? Was it?
No.
Carlo Ancelotti.
Yes.
Ancelotti, yeah.
Now, here's my hypothetical question. Suppose Klopp goes, right? He goes in 2 years, the end of his contract, because he said he's going. And Ancelotti was free or whatever, and he never managed Everton. Was he ever like him to come to Liverpool?
I wouldn't care if he managed Everton. If he's the right man, get him.
The Evertonians wouldn't like it, would they? Would they? Just imagine.
No, but if you win, if you start winning trophies, you'll get the crowd with you.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is, suppose we won the league or the European Cup with them. How would the Evertonians feel? Because
we're not bothered about them, are we?
You'd have a problem there because Everton, and they never really took to Rafa, did they, for that reason?
No.
And it would be the same with Ancelotti if he came to Anfield. The Liverpool fans wouldn't live with it.
I'm sure
what you think about
who's made for us.
What do you think about Xabi Alonso or Steven Gerrard or Julian Nagelsmann or Roberto De Zerbi or someone else? This is going back, isn't it, when we were there talking? It's nearly an hour ago.
Yeah.
All right.
The only way I got Steven Gerrard is if he come and work with Klopp before Jurgen Klopp retire.
Yeah, that would have to be a requisite, I think, to be honest. As Mario said, Alonso would be a romantic situation, but I mean, whether he's got the experience to handle Liverpool on his own, I'm not sure.
Well, not he make a good number 2.
Yeah.
Nick Nack. It's the first time I've seen this lad, Nick Nack, and welcome, Nick Nack. I hope you enjoy what you're watching. It's just all Liverpool, and the lads, George Scott, Marios Manzos, and Tommy Batty. Anyway, Nick Nack says Lavia would be more suited to a side like Palace, where some minutes or doing a year in the Championship would be great for his development. That's what he says.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If he came to Liverpool, he would want minutes on the pitch, and whether he would get many, I don't know. Look what happened to Carlyle.
Well, that's you remember when we were talking before about I forget who said it. Put these young lads, the likes of Kelleher, let's just say Kelleher, for example, and play them in the cup. I'm talking about the League Cup, the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup in the early rounds. And he said, didn't he, play the young players as well, and to give them, blood them more or less, give them the experience. And I think the likes of Betetic should play in that as well. Don't forget, this time last year, and 3/4 through ones.
Well, what would you do if the young lads took us all the way, say, to the quarterfinals and semi-finals? Would you drop them off?
Well, no, because I don't. Well, he did drop them, didn't he? You think about it when we got to the final, and he brought in the big boys, but he left Kelleher in goal.
Yeah, remember? Because if you get to the semi-final or the final, there's a trophy on the line.
Yeah,
it's all about trophies, winning trophies.
And if you win it, you guaranteed Europe the following season.
Yeah, so I think you play the big team in any final or semi-final, personally.
And Stephen Snape says, spot on, Tommy, about the manager. We as fans have to identify with the gaffer. If we don't buy into the manager, the whole edifice will crumble.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a good shout, that. That's a very good shout. Imagine telling Shanks to stop inciting the opposition.
Yeah.
So Charlie was, you couldn't make that up.
Shanks used to stand at the players' tunnel when they came in, and if he would say to them, "Have you played here before, son?" And the lad would say, "Oh, no, Mr. Shankly." He says, "Don't worry about it." He says, "Just don't take the corners at the cup end." Boys will frighten you to death.
He used to just stand there, didn't he, with his hands on his hips.
Yeah, he used to say to the big lads, he said, difficult conditions tonight, son. He said, it's very slippy. Big fellas will struggle. And you get a little fella come in, you say, very difficult tonight, lad. The little fellas will struggle. It's too heavy.
It's brilliant. I love it. I'm just going to go on to these lads, if you don't mind. There are some authors, who keep screaming at me to put things like that. And anyway, there's a HSOAB at scarf or a badge. these are great people. These are a lovely couple who sell quality stuff. They really do sell quality stuff. And it's very, very reasonable. And they're a small business, but they just sell Liverpool stuff. Hat, if you want a hat. I'm going to get a hat, actually, because I'm going away with a good friend of mine. Don't know who he is, but I'm going to go away with him. And, I'm going to buy a hat, a scarf, or a badge. And he sells some fantastic T-shirts like this. Now, I've had this since we won the league. That's a league, winners thing. I've washed it loads and loads of times, and it still hasn't lost its colour or anything. And that's just, at Scarf a Badge and at scarfabadge.com. Because the season's coming up. The social one. Why Jurgen Klopp was a perfect fit for Liverpool, written by Marios Manzos.
Hey.
Thank you.
Do you ever remember? I think that's great. That it's a brilliant play on words, actually, and I'll tell you for why. When Klopp first came, and someone mentioned, didn't they, Marino, the special one, and they asked him, they said, and what are you? He said, I'm the normal one.
The normal one, yeah.
Now, that's the play on words, right? On here, right? Because Marios knew the background of the city of Liverpool.
Yeah.
A socialist city. And the social one, because he is a good socialist.
You think a Scouser wrote that book?
Yeah.
That good.
It's a great book.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my
really
God. Thank you.
Really let you know what Klopp's all about.
Exactly. And I love the title, Why Jurgen Klopp Was a Perfect Fit for Liverpool. And it's just like going, buying a pair of gloves, for example, in the winter, and you put them on and you say it fit like a glove. And he's spot on. I think that's a brilliant title.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Brilliant, Marios.
My face is red right now.
I'll go away. It's just time. Tell a lot.
You're running too many marathons.
I'll see you next month when you come over.
Yeah. I will be there on August 17th for a marathon of beers.
We'll be there.
I can't wait for that night.
After I've seen my daughter, she tunes in. Was it last week? I don't know when it was. And she went, "Who's that fella on?" I said, "What fella on where?" She said, "Your show." And I said, "You know him?" I said, "It's Anthony Brown." She meant, my ordinary show when I had the great artist on. She said, "Oh, soft lad, the lad you've got on a Tuesday night."
Watch yourself, Marios. He's got
an accent. She said, "Isn't he lovely?"
She'll be over to Athens on holiday, mate.
Thank you.
You know what's going to happen, Sonia? She'll be down there at Waterstones on the 17th.
Yeah, well, okay.
Yeah,
that sounds nice.
We both got accents.
Good thing about it, she likes to drink.
And there's the other ones. Look at this. Absolutely fantastic. And it's Red Odyssey. We conquered all of Europe. The titles are fantastic. Yeah. Champions under lockdown. That's a cracking title, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a cracking title. And these are all by Jeff Goulding, by the way. And Stanley Park, Love Life, and the Merseyside Derby. Whoa.
That's a novel.
And there's another one, The Lost Shankly Boy. And
who wrote that?
Yeah, some fella, and I think he was a ghostwriter for The Lost Shankly Boy. No, George Scott, his name is no. No, but the ghostwriter for
another excellent book, George. Another excellent book.
It's his story.
The stories in it are absolutely brilliant.
Can I finish, Tommy?
No.
Yeah. An absolute joy to write it, and it's been wonderful the way people have received it.
Yeah. And there's another one. Look at that. The Untouchables. Absolutely. But here's the Lost Shankly boy there. Look at that.
There's Bobby
Look
Green,
at-
Al Farrah-Smith.
And it's all George. It's all George. And what a title that is. The Lost Shankly boy.
Hey, I tell you what, Frank, I wasn't a bad-looking fella, was I?
So I had a lot of hair.
You look like a young, on that particular photograph, a young Bacitic.
I wish it was as good.
I
Is
suppose.
that your own hair, George?
Yeah, let's be honest. It's still my own hair. It's just gone walkies.
A fantastic book. Look at this. Written by a true legend.
Yeah.
True Jürgen Klopp. Now that's his quote. That's a front. That is a fantastic book written by a true LFC legend, and that's Jürgen Klopp saying about the voice of Anfield. And George, we know George, don't we, Tommy?
Yes, lovely
George
guy.
met him as well.
Lovely guy.
Yeah, and he's such a lovely man. Very humble.
Yeah.
Very humble. Just a lot
Got a
for Chelsea.
fantastic voice.
I will try to invite him in the water zone at the water zones. Yes, I will try to invite him.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he'll go. You know,
He will.
just say Frank's going.
Lovely fella.
Because he's our Francine's mate, you know. He's my daughter's mate. You know, the smashing. We had. I love this title again. Look at this by Keith Salmon. We had dreams and songs to sing. Love it.
Wow.
Love it. I loved every title of every book there is fantastic. I've got a mate, Dave Kirby, and I remember him writing a book, and it's Gathering Cups in May.
Read that.
Wow.
That title, Gathering Cups in May. Fantastic. Absolutely. So that's it, boys. That's
Wonderful.
it. Isn't it great? You know, so I love all this. I love it all, you know, because they're all Liverpool lads. They're all
Some talented lads there.
yeah, of course, and great reading, by the way.
Have you got two of them here?
Yes. Yes.
We'll
Yes.
bring him along, Mario. Let's get him signed.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I'll bring them out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got to.
you, George. You can
Yeah.
say mine, George, and you can say mine, Marios.
Yeah, you too, George.
Definitely.
Yes, of course.
Well, get back to these comments before we end up.
I don't know that.
Right. He says, don't know, lads. I actually don't think Klopp will leave in 2 years. He absolutely loves it here. Health continues to build. Why leave that amazing experience for a break? He will leave at some point, but I think he will extend that for a few more years yet. That will give the likes of the Gerrards and Alonso's to gain more experience if we were to look at them to be the next manager. I hope so.
I hope so.
I think if it was up to his wife, he'd stay.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
it's up to his wife, yeah.
Yeah, his wife. Yes.
It's definitely up to his wife.
Yeah.
Definitely up
But
to
we can only hope and pray that he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's going to leave us one hell of a team when he does go, put it that way.
Yes.
Let's love it while he's here.
We were linked with Ronald Koeman. And we were, you know, weren't we, as well? At one point, that's what he says. Yeah, brother, the frightening thing was in our quad chasing season with Mane and Mo, we scored 0 goals.
At the finals.
Yeah, mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
All the finals, every final.
Yeah. Still
And
good.
as someone said,
It just wasn't meant to be.
you know, as someone said, we were winning the league with 10 minutes to go. You know, Manchester City and Aston Villa.
Yeah.
10, we got beat. We stopped, you know, we got beat by the league minutes, 10 minutes.
But the thing is, Frank, the damage was done before that anyway.
Neil Broderick says, would love a copy of The Lost Shankly Boy. That's nice, isn't it?
I could arrange that easily, Frank, if you get his details.
Yeah, I know Neil. I know Neil. Neil's a good friend of mine. So much literature being penned about our club itself, evidently a fan base that articulates itself extremely eloquently, says Stephen Smith.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Stephen, lad. Go ahead, lad. Look there. What did it mean, though?
You know what? You know my qualifications, like. And on my ordinary show, he used to come on and he used to say these words. And half of them, I said, you know, what does that mean? What does that mean? Words I've never seen in my life. And
Hey,
it's like,
Very eloquent.
Frank, do you remember Shankly said? Do you remember Shankly said about that? He said, "We don't use big words here in Merseyside." He said, "These people say that he's avaricious." He says, "I say he's bloody greedy."
Yeah.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And Lee Brady says, think about the end of last season, guys. 11 games unbeaten. If we start this season using that same system, but also with new energetic players, then I can't wait. Got the beers at the ready. And
What a great point.
Totally agree with him. I can't wait either.
Isn't that a great point?
Yeah.
Because that's all we've been saying. We've been saying in our pods and every week, more or less, we need legs, energized legs for next season.
Marius has got good legs.
Stevie J would have taken Villa down if he had stayed where Count Dracula has them in Europe.
Dracula.
See, Paddy Brown. Oh, it's great.
I've never liked that manager, you know.
Yeah,
Never liked
listen to
it.
Yeah, Frank, I'm bringing a book out. It's not a hardback, it's a right back. This is the melody thing going on about the right back. It is a right back.
It took him 2 hours to think that up.
That'll be a bestseller.
Yeah.
You've got to. You've got to. Oh, look at this. Neil's off to bed. Off to bed up at 8:00. Another great show as always. We'll try my very best to be at the book signing.
Oh, thank you.
So I can add another great book to my collection. Good night, boys. You'll never walk alone.
Good night, Neil.
Good night, Neil.
Isn't that just a lovely, lovely comment to make?
Yeah.
A lovely, lovely comment to make. Fabulous interaction, lads, as ever, says Stephen Snake. It's a privilege to share the internet with such knowledgeable Reds. Now, he just doesn't mean, he means the lads on the thread.
Everybody answer, yeah.
Everybody. He means everybody. And he's
Because we all want the best for our club.
Of course we do. Of course we do.
He does mean things when they go. And be better with Lavia, says Lee Brady. Anyways, thanks again, guys, for another good chat. See you on Thursday's show, Frank, says Lee Brady. Isn't that lovely?
See you, Lee.
Isn't that lovely? Just lovely. And Paddy Brown says, brilliant show, lads. Alone.
Cheers, Paddy.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
I just love it, you know, and this is what it's all about, because what we have great people on, We have great people on, and that's why they stay with us. That's why they comment, because we comment. We're the only ones, you know, who actually comment on the comments coming in, and that's how it should be.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Besides giving our opinions as well. Besides that,
Yeah.
and it's, you know, as Charlie Wood says, another great show, lads. Good night, all.
Good night. God bless, Charlie.
Right.
Bye.
Lovely man. Lovely man. So listen, lads, before you go, oh yeah, the last question. These are great things.
Charlie,
On my ordinary show, I was talking to the international artist, Anthony Brown, and I was going well over time, you know, it was about 10 past, and someone went like that, "Do weekends on Frank till 2 o'clock in the morning." 2 weekends on. Oh, brilliant. Last question for you all. Do you think Liverpool, and we do need a centre-back, by the way, you know that, should bring in?
I'm not sure on that one.
Well, the only one I can think of is this young kid from Sereno.
Yeah.
Look, that's sure, lad. SC.
Yeah, that's it.
W. Or that's him, isn't it?
That's him, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Better than that.
Well, let's see, in my opinion as well, there's negotiations going on with someone.
Yeah, I'm sure
That's
there
my
is.
source anyway. I've got a little source, and he said that.
Jürgen knows what he's doing.
Of course he does.
Of course.
I'm going to message George and Marios about what me and Tommy Batty were told, but I can't say it on here, unfortunately.
Oh, can't say it on here.
Oh, well. We'll have to wait for that then.
Yeah, I'm looking forward
I'm
to
going to message you afterwards. I'm going to message you after the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
And these will all be after me blood. What is it you want to know?
Oh, hey, shit. This is going to go on till 12 o'clock if you start that, like.
Uncle Fester's stunt double.
Stephen Snape says, I'll reserve my seat at Waterstones on the 17th. I'll be the only mummy back in the corner looking like Uncle Fester's stunt double. Keep Nat Phillips easily. Good night, lads. Stay safe. Take care, says Brian Edley.
Good night, Brian.
Good night, mate.
Well, he never let us down, did he, Phillips?
Yeah, that's true.
No,
He never.
he put his head in a concrete mixer.
Yeah. Yeah. You go through it.
Van der Vaart, I think, looked good, but he isn't going anywhere. He isn't. Hang on. Van der Ven looked good, but isn't he going somewhere else? By the looks of it, we will leave defenders until next summer.
What do we want a Dutch detective for? Oh no, that's Vanderbilt, sorry.
Yeah. It's great. So listen, it's say a big thank you to George and to Marios and to Tommy.
I'll beat yours at one tomorrow, mate.
And it's a great thank you to you out there, because without you out there, you wouldn't be a podcast to do. And I'll see you all on Thursday with more. Let's see what happens within 48 hours. A lot can happen within 48 hours. And, but we'll have new guests on as well. We'll have.
You see me tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Oh, I'm seeing you. Yeah. Isn't it exciting? Good night, everyone. Fabulous couple of hours. Stay Stevens.
Thank you.
Yeah, Stephen.
Stephen, good man.
And Richard Hutchinson, thank you. Good night, everyone. I will miss you and love you all.
Good night, Richard.
Right, lovely, lovely, lovely.
It is, isn't it? So listen, boys.
I'm filling up here.
So listen, boys. I'll see you all next week.
Yeah.
On the pod.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, Frank.
Good night, George. Good night,
Hey, Tommy.
Marios.
Tommy.
Good
Yeah,
night,
man.
God bless.
Yeah,
Good night.
man.
Good night. Thanks, Frank.
Can I finish, Tom?
You are Ken Dodd. You are Ken Dodd, aren't you?
No, I'm just saying.
He's good.
I was just going to say a lot can happen within a week. And let's see what we can talk about next week.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all I was going to say, Tommy.
All right. All right.
Ken's
good.
All right, Fred.
Good night from him.
Yeah.
And it's good night from me.
And good night for the men.
Bye, boys. See you next week.
Good night.
See you, boys.
Yeah,
Good
honestly, thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
Adios,
you.
George.
Thank you.
Good night.
Yeah, night, mate.
Right, I'll see you tomorrow about one-ish.
Yep.
Good
Mario,
night.
good night.
Good night, mate. Good
I'll
night.
see you soon, eh? See
Thank
you
you.
soon.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you very much. And that's it, ladies and gents. We've got to end it, and I'll see you all on Thursday. Thank you. So Thursday, yeah, 8 o'clock, same time. And thank you so much.